Hey everybody, it's Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous, that's me, of the Warriors of Chaos, versus Dark Prince Vespa of the Dark Elves. 2 points if you get the reference. It's a little obscure, I'll give you that, but it's still kind of fun. Yeah, this again is the Halloween theme. Will be the third one. I hope the picture didn't scare you too much, but if it did, well, it's a picture. Get over it. So yeah. This is my list right here. Again, it's the Alamo GT list. It's the same because I'm still practicing for it at this point. My general is my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He's still got the Mark of Tzeentch. He's still a level 4 wizard. He's still got Chaos Armor with wings. He still has the Charm Shield, the Dragonbane Gem, the other Trickster Shard, the Demon Blade, the Soul Feeder, the Scaled Skin, and the Laura Medal. Because I like the kit. My hero choices are the Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Tzeentch. He is still Mark Tzeentch. He's still the BSB. He's still on a demonic mount that's barded. He still has a great weapon, a Talisman of Preservation, Poisonous Slime, and a Third Eye of Tzeentch. Because if I were to change it now, it would be cheating. And last but not least is my Chaos Sorcerer, Ashkus the Muse, who is still Mark Slaanesh, who is still a level 2 wizard, on Astita Slaanesh, who is still the Slickness. He's still got an Enchanted Shield, Deluxe Stone, Skull of Catan, Ruby Ring of Ruin, and he uses the Laura Slaanesh because it still kills people, which is good. So good. My core choices are still the 24 by brick of Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Tzeentch, full command, hand weapon shield, and a Banner of Eternal Flame. I've got the unit of 5 Chaos Warhounds with poison attacks, 5 Marauder Horsemen that are soon to be thrown in a microwave, with the Mark of Slaanesh, the Banner of Musician, Spear Shields, and Throwing Axes. And I've got my 2 Chariots, one Mark Tzeentch and one Mark Slaanesh. The Slaanesh one is, of course, Orcish Elegance. Last but not least, I've got my special choices, my 5 by Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, with Banner, Musician, Spears, and Shields. I've got my Chimera, Trifection! with Poison and Regen, and of course, the one, the only, the Mutalith Vortex. God, I love my beast. My opponent's list is, once again, from memory. He had a Dreadlord, who was his general on a cold one. He had a great weapon, Armor of Destiny, the Dawnstone, and the other Trickster Shard. If he had anything else, I don't care. His Supreme Sorceress was a level 4 wizard. She had the Talisman of Preservation, the Sacrificial Dagger, which is the funniest item in the book, and the Lore of Dark Magic. I mean, could you imagine standing next to this lady and she's like, ooh, boogie boogie, stab, stab, stab. It's like, oh, it didn't work on Mike. I'm getting the hell out of this unit. Dark Elves are, if nothing else, loyal. He had a Death Hag on a Cauldron of Blood. It was his BSB, and she had the Obsidian Blade. He had a Master on a Dark Pegasus with a Twilight Cloak and a Lance, and I like to call that the Psycho Elf because he's just psychotic to fight. He had a unit of 15 Corsairs with Banner Musician and the Banner of Eternal Flame because flaming arrows suck. He had a unit of 25 Witch Elves that, of course, surrounded the Cauldron and the Death Hag. They had full command, the Razor Standard. He had a unit of 14 Bleak Swords. He had a unit of 9 Cold One Knights with full command, and a unit of 4 Reaper Bolt, or a unit. He had 4 Reaper Bolt Throwers. Here's deployment, and as you can see, it's more of the same. I lined up against the Elves because when I get the opportunity to kill Elves, I don't squander it. My Hellstriders kind of went up next to the house there, getting ready to go after anything that was overly froggy, and I was a little nervous about his bolt throwers. I possibly should have went after him, but I wasn't sure if I was going to go first or not, and I've been bitten before in the past, a lot actually, for just diving in head first without thinking. So I tried to position things a little bit more clever than I usually do, and well, you'll see how that works out for me. Meanwhile, the Chimera's way over on the left because he has the movement to get into the side real quick, and I don't know, I just didn't want the bolt throwers to pick him off if I didn't go first. My opponent really didn't have a right flank, so here's his center. On the left there are 2 Reaper bolt throwers. The old models that look like the magazine-fed, just psycho friggin' ones. I really like those models. They're the older version, but I think they're very cool. Right there in the middle is his huge unit of Witch Elves with the Cauldron of Blood and his Death Hag BSB in it. He actually put the Cain statue thing on there now, so that's pretty cool. And right next to them is the unit of Bleak Swords with his level 4 sorceress in there, looking to just throw spells at me. Here's my opponent's left flank. On the left there is his Cold Ones with his Dreadlord in there. 2 more Reaper Bolt Throwers, the big old unit of Corsairs, and Psycho Elf. Yay! Here is my right flank. Once again, the dogs, the unpainted dogs, are my unit of Hellstriders. I had to proxy them because my wife at the time was painting the Hellstriders. As of this report, they are fully painted, based, and glossy coated because I like candy coating my models. Deal with it. I think it looks cool. So, but yeah, in the next probably Battle Report 45, I think you'll see them, which I think you'll like them. And if not, well, I apologize in advance, I guess. There's my Demon Prince right there behind the skull. Once again, I don't feel like catching a bolt thrower. There's the Beast getting ready to just bring the thunder. And right next to him is my Chariot of Slaanesh, Orcish Elegance, because it's a wet mess. I love that chariot, I really do. Right next to him is, of course, his little unit of the warriors there, but you know what? There's my center. There's the warriors. There's the Tzeentch chariot right next to them with the dogs and my BSB getting ready to just tear them up. And my left flank there is the Marauder Horseman of God. Why haven't you been thrown in the damn microwave yet, you pieces of garbage? And, of course, the Chimera. Trifexin! So, yeah, the gang's all here. Right here, this is top of turn 1 after movement. And as you can see, I didn't get to go first. So, yeah. For the most part, nothing really extraordinary happens. He moves up, but just a little bit. He's being kind of elfish with his whole movement, I guess. Doesn't want to come forward too far, but he doesn't want to just hang out in the back because I think he's tired of me making fun of him on the battle reports about it. I will use hazing in order to get what I want on the battlefield, damn it. Yep, this is my nightmare. His magic phase was pretty much stomped into the ground, but his shooting phase, there's nothing I could do about. And the beast takes 3 wounds from bolt thrower attention, which sucks. All but 1 dog gets some bolt thrower love themselves, and the 1 remaining dog flees, and I'll kill the suspense right now. Puppies don't come back. So here's bottom of 1 after movement. My movement phase is a little bit more extraordinary. Not much, but hey, I'll take it. My Hellstriders come out to do their thing. Ashius actually leaves that unit so he can slip around behind the house. You can't see it. But yeah, he slips around behind the house in order to get his spells off on Psycho Elf and the Corsairs and maybe even the Bolt Throwers and stuff like that because I need to get rid of them. I can't allow them to continue to shoot, especially after what they did to the Beast. Totally unacceptable. Meanwhile, the Marauder Horsemen run up to try to get a hold of the Bolt Throwers in turn 2, and the Chimera runs up to give the Bolt Throwers something to shoot at other than the Beast. Meanwhile, my Demon Prince comes around with the Stegodon head there in order to do the exact same thing. I need them to not shoot the Beast anymore. I love the Beast. I do. Where am I? Sorry about that. Right here in my magic phase, I'm able to get Final Transmutation off on the Cold Ones, and I roll a 6 to kill his Dreadlord. Nothing he could do about it. My luck kicked in once again. Dreadlord, bottom of 1, is a golden statue. An elf died. An important elf died, and his little cold one too. Ha 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 ha! I was thrilled. My opponent literally chambered around, but hey, it is what it is. And to add insult to injury, I rolled 2 more 6s and was able to kill 2 more cold ones. And I know I needed 5s, but I didn't roll any 5s. You know what? I'd have been happy if I didn't roll anything else. The Dreadlord got Final Transmutation. I'm thrilled at this point. I got Acquiescence off on his Bolt Thrower team right there, so that was pretty cool. And that was pretty much it. So we went to top of 2, and here it is after movement. The Cold One Knights were pissed off at the fact that 3 of their number got turned into statues, so they charged the Hellstriders, who stood and took it. The point here was, I'm going to sacrifice my Hellstriders, which sucks, but at the same time, maybe I'll get a wound through. And when they are stuck there now, if he overruns, he's screwed. If he stays there and takes it, he's in charge range of my Demon Prince, my Mutalith, possibly my Warriors, possibly even a Chariot. So I was okay with that charge. The Corsairs turned to look at Ashicus and try to give him the business. Psycho Elf repositioned to try to give Ashicus the business. And other than that, his Witch Elves didn't move. No, I take that back. The Witch Elves charged my Tzeentch Chariot, which fled, and they ended up staying right where they were. Well, they moved forward a little bit because they failed to charge. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks to Final Transmutation, both of his bolt thrower teams were stupid. Without that general's leadership around, they started falling apart. And let's face it, Dark Elves see 3 statues of solid gold, they're gonna go stupid. So his 2 bolt throwers, half of his bolt throwers aren't shooting at me this turn. And of course, his ugly chick, the Medusa, was stupid with her leadership too, and she stumbled forward a few inches, which was awesome. Just outstanding. Due to his lore attribute, oh, yeah, he got a Hex off on the Hellstriders, and he got doubles, and he was able to kill 2 of my Hellstriders. Nothing I could do about that. And I apologize, the Cold Ones did not charge the Hellstriders. They just ended up trundling forward an inch away. Yeah, I don't know why. So we go to bottom of 2. And as you can see, my Mutalith decided to charge into the Medusa, thinking, hey, no problem, I'll be able to get a hold of her. I'll be able to kill her. That should be fun. I like killing Medusas. It's like an elf, and then I'll have a flank charge into the Cold Ones, and I'm going to win. My BSB runs up to give the Witch Elves a little bit of pressure there. Meanwhile, the Marauder Horseman and the Chimera charge the 2 bolt throwers on my left flank. My Tzeentch Chariot rallies. Oh, and I'm sorry, with the BSB, when he came out of the forest, he actually took a wound from dangerous terrain, so poop, right? And my Demon Prince charged the Corsair's flank. They fled, bounced through Psycho Elf, who actually did end up passing his panic check, but I used the fleeing Corsairs as cover for Ashicus because I couldn't get the charge off on the bolt throwers because the Corsairs were in the way. So Ashicus ran over and used the Corsairs as hard cover saves for the bolt throwers so they couldn't shoot him next turn. Because I think they did a wound to him last turn during the shooting phase, and I just forgot to take a picture. There's a better picture of the Mutalist slamming into the ugly chick. There's Trifection and the useless Marauder Horseman going into the bolt throwers. During the magic phase, I send the hounds after Psycho Elf, and one actually tears a chunk out of one of his legs, so he's on his way out, which is good. I hate the Psycho Elf. Over here in combat, one of my Marauder Horsemen managed to get himself killed, but we are able to kill one of the 2 crew, and we overrun. Meanwhile, Trifection easily eats the 2 bolt thrower crew without taking a wound, and I don't believe I overrun with him. I think I just kind of turn him to face. During combat, the Beast was it was a little bit of a disappointment. I won't lie to you. The Beast charged in to the ugly chick, failed his initiative check, and didn't regen it, so he took a wound. And then she struck before the Beast did, and she got a wound through. And the Beast was dead. And my heart, it broke. It just broke. Yeah, the Beast get music now because he deserves it. He's earned it. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. So here's top of 3 after movement, and needless to say, the Medusa, who is now just revved up on her victory, and leadership 2 frenzy, charge my warriors. The Cold One Knights have enough and charge the Hellstriders, and I think that's pretty much it. Nothing else of any real important happens here. The Corsairs do fail to rally, and they flee off the table, leaving Ashicus exposed to 2 bolt throwers. So, poop. And yeah, the Bleak Swords turn to face the Chimera, the Marauders, and the BSB, who I haven't decided where I'm going to charge yet. There's a better picture of the ugly chick going into the Warriors. Yeah, they're going to cut her to pieces. Nobody hurts the Beast and survives. Nobody. There's a better picture of the Cold One Knight slamming into my Hellstriders, what's left of them. There's the Corsairs where they used to be, defending my defending Ashicus from the shots, and yeah, now I know he's dead. It sucks, but you know, the Corsairs ran off the table, so I guess it was win, kind of. You know, it's not like I got nothing for it. Magic was a wash, and shooting doesn't happen, so we go into combat, and the ugly lady pays for her boldness, and she gets slaughtered without doing anything. The Hellstriders make the ultimate sacrifice and get just devastated by the Elves and the Cold Ones and stuff like that. And when they overrun, they end up into my Demon Prince. So that was okay. I didn't get a picture of it because here we are, bottom of turn 3. And everything goes in everywhere. The Demon Prince had been hit by the Cold Ones when they overran, so the Slanesh Chariot, Orcish Elegance, ran in and took out, or ran in with the chariot, charged in there. The Warriors, the Tzeentch Chariot, my BSB, and the Chimera slam into the what's it called? The Witch Elves. My Marauder Horsemen, I don't know why I did this. It seemed like a good idea at the time. They charged Psycho Elf. And Ashicus, who weathered the attacks from the bolt throwers, they actually failed to hit him, was charged the first bolt thrower to get a hold of him. So that was glorious. He actually pulled it off. So once again, Ashicus, you are the man. Here's a better picture of my Demon Prince and my Slanesh Chariot into the Cold One Knights. Here's just a beautiful picture of so much chaos beating down so much Dark Elf. Just elf. And here's one more raging mistake. Trusting in the Marauders to do anything that, you know, is slightly above their station. I hate Marauder Horsemen. I really do. During my magic phase, I'm able to get glittering robes off on my warriors, basically giving them a 1-up armor. And then during the magic, Ashicus is able to get acquiescence off on the Psycho Elf. Basically, it was just to give him what's it called? Always strike last, so he couldn't re-roll his hits, and that was it. I should have probably put it on the Witch Elves. That would have been smarter, but it is what it is. This is the decision that I made. Right here, it's a pretty good start. I kill 4 Cold One Knights, and for my trouble, my chariot takes 1 wound. It's not a big deal. I think they end up staying. I'm not 100% on that. Over here, Ashicus easily takes out the bolt thrower crew, and although he does try to overrun into the Elves, I go 2 inches. I literally rolled 3 ones, and he ends up standing in front of the bolt thrower. Guess what happens in the next shooting phase? Right here, not being able to re-roll hits, not being able to do anything, and always striking last with always striking first. He did have a higher initiative. He kills 3 of the Marauder Horsemen. The remaining Marauder Horseman isn't able to hit or wound. And then his horse kills off the last Marauder. And so I charge him, and he's able to kill 4 Marauder Horsemen before they could do anything with no rerolls at Strength Elf. The hell with Marauder Horsemen. I cannot wait for the Alamo GT to be over so that I can never field those garbage units again. Ever. Even if there's a fire. I hate them. Hate them. Speaking of incredible upsets, the Witch Elves go Psychopath. I could not believe what happened. So the Chariot runs in there, and I do like 2 or 3 wounds with impact hits. Not a whole lot, but I'll take what I can get. The Chimera, which was completely healthy before it slammed into the back of the Witch Elves, takes 4 wounds exactly before getting into combat. He ends up, I mean, they were strength 4 at the time because they had gotten Power of Darkness off on him, which I had forgotten. They do 4 wounds to the Chimera exactly, and with a 6-up armor, or a 5-up armor, and a 6-up armor because he had the Razor Standard in there, and a 4-up regen, I make exactly 0 saves. So before the Chimera can do anything, it dies. The Chariot, same thing. The Chariot dies before it can do a damn thing. 2 warriors get killed. Luckily, they can do a little something, but I flub most of my rolls. And then my BSB kills his death hag. So his BSB is dead at least, but unflippin' believable what happened here. Believe it or not, I win this combat, but he stays. No, I don't know. No, I think I actually lose this combat now that I think. No, I win this combat, but he stays. I underestimate witch elves too often, and this is just case in point. An epic bloodbath. I lose 2 toughness 5 models right before they can do anything. Well, I guess the chariot did do impact hits, but holy God! So let this be a lesson to you. Stop. Don't be me. Don't underestimate witch elves, especially when they're strength 4 because of power of darkness. That was really stupid on my part. So here's top of 4 after movement, and not a whole lot. For the most part, none. Psycho Elf comes up a little bit because he's just acquiescence, so he can just move d6 inches. And the Bleak Swords turn around to watch the Witch Elves fight for their lives. And yeah, the Bolt Thrower turns to take out Ashikus. Magic is a wash, so yeah, shooting. And that's exactly what happens. Single bolt into his face, and he's dead. Sorry, buddy. You did good. In combat, the Witch Elves do 23 wounds to my warriors at -1. 23 wounds. But remember, I had glittering robes on. I pick up 23 dice and roll them. I make all 23 2-up armor saves. Say my name. I break math. Quite literally, not only do I break math, but there is a wormhole opens up and just money and cars start coming through the wormhole. That's how crazy I just broke math. It was just one of the coolest things I've ever rolled, and I was not only able to roll it, but I got a picture to immortalize it on my YouTube battle reports. Count them. I'll wait. 23 armor saves, 2-up armor saves, made by my Warriors of Chaos. Didn't do 1 wound. If you ever needed proof that there's a Tzeentch, here it is in this picture. And I don't care. I don't care that I'm ranting about it. You have to listen to it because this is legendary. This is the stuff that legends are made out of. 23 2-up armor saves. Just outstanding. I didn't even care if I lost at this point. Now I was thrilled. We end up beating the ever-loving tar out of some witch elves, but I believe they end up staying. My BSB gets into a challenge with his sorceress, and I think he puts 2 wounds on her or something like that. But she actually slips 1 through on him. So my BSB is sitting at 2 wounds. He's only got 1 left. I do end up taking 1 wound to my warriors from the Witch Elves on the Cauldron. And so 1 guy dies. But I press my advantage and I beat down a whole bunch of Witch Elves. I do believe they end up still staying, though. Over here in combat, the Demon Prince Slaanesh Chariot combo finishes off the Cold One Knights, and they just get ready to take out the Bolt Thrower my next turn. Which is what happens, because here's bottom of 4 after movement. Oh, I'm sorry, that is right. The Witch Elves did break, and the BSB ran them down. The Warriors ran a little bit. No, the Warriors ended up reforming, and the BSB ran them down. So that's why the BSB is way over there. So, yeah, here's bottom of 4. Sorry, I took bad pictures. I usually do better than that. I failed you. But anyway, here's bottom of 4. The Demon Prince slams into the what's it called? Bolt Thrower. There we go. Brain fart. And my BSB runs over to get around the Psycho Elf so he can't be charged by the D3 wounds lance thing, because I just didn't feel like giving him, strength 5 or 6 attack wounds on me, because I only had 1 wound left on my BSB. There's a better picture of the Demon Prince about to just punish those guys for taking out Ashikus. The Warriors did charge the Bleak Swords, and they fled, and they got away. Yeah, the witches got ran down in this combat, which I don't know why I'm even saying that, because yeah, I don't know. I screwed up the pictures, I guess. The witches have been run down. There's another slide. Sometimes I do stupid things, and it's easier to just show it on YouTube, I guess, to prove it to people. Here's my Demon Prince. Yeah, the final Bolter is DRT, dead right there. It's just done. Yeah, just to show that I screw up every once in a while, which I've already done a couple of times this battle report. I forgot to take pictures of top of turn 5, so here's a creepy picture and an apology in writing from me. Once again, I apologize. I'm sorry. So here's bottom of 5 after movement, and as you can see, there's nothing left. The Bleak Swords didn't rally, and they fled off the table. Psycho Elf is now playing cat and mouse with me. So basically, we're just trying to throw magic at him to kill him. Golden Hounds takes out another chunk off him, so he's sitting at 1 wound left. And we go to top of 6, and Psycho Elf goes for broke and goes after my Demon Prince, who's sitting on 3 wounds. And he is actually able to, well, here's a better picture of him slamming into my Demon Prince, just going for the points. And during this combat, he ends up losing, but he did hit and wound me twice, and I didn't make either armor save. But when I rolled my ward saves, I rolled a 5 and a 6. So I made my ward saves, and had he actually gotten those wounds through, we rolled it just to see, because it was D3 wounds because of the Twilight Cloak. He would have actually done like 5 wounds to the Demon Prince had I not made my ward save. So either of those would have pretty much, if not killed my Demon Prince, really, well, no, actually, yeah, if he had gotten those wounds through, he would have killed my Demon Prince. So, luckily though, Tzeentch is protecting us, and my Demon Prince survives and is able to cut down the final wound on Psycho Elf, and I get the table. So here you go. There's the end of the game right there. Demon Prince, BSB, Warriors, and a Slaanesh Chariot are still alive. Everything else is DRT, dead right there. Good game. Good game. Love killing elves. There's nothing more to say. Quick timeout. Banners, banners, banners. Get you some banners. Look at the banners. Get the banners. Email this guy. Facebook this guy. Just go check him out on Facebook. I mean, you're not going to be disappointed. These are just 5 examples of what he does. The Facebook page shows many, many more, and they're all totally worth it. Get yourself some banners. There's no reason not to. Got a new ad here for you. It's tokens, wound counters, those on the left, and examples of the bigger ones for markers for all your different lores, all your different spells, your Mutilus spells, your Lore Beasts, your Lore Heavens, your High Magic, your Dark Magic, all the little status effects and +1 strength, -1 toughness, all that stuff. This individual, send her an email. She does quality work. These are glass, they're really nice, they're shiny, they're easily noticeable, they're very cool. You've probably noticed them in the battle reports. I've been using them for a little bit. I believe in this individual, so I'm going to give her an ad. Check her out, send her an email. These are dirt cheap. Wound counters are like, for 10 of them is like $3. For the bigger tokens, they're anywhere from $5 to $8, and they're quality. Send her an email, get yourself some tokens. Absolutely worth it. So, yeah, in the end, it was a crushing victory for Lord Tremendous. I got 2,750 points from him. He got 1,156 from me. The Warriors cast ended up losing Ashicus. Sorry, buddy. The Warhounds, they fled. The Warhound fled. The other 4 died. The Marauder Horsemen, who cares? I'm glad they're dead. My Tzeentch Chariot, the Hellstriders, the Chimera, and the Beast. No, not the Beast. The Dark Elves lost everything, and I make no apologies. The only good elf is a dead elf. Yeah, some crazy stuff happened in this game, huh? Final Transmutation, taken out his Dreadlord. Outstanding. Just outstanding. I love the lore of metal. I hope it never changes. It will, I know, but I still love it. And I'm crazy lucky with it. I take out more characters than I take out rank and file with Final Transmutation, and rather be lucky than good any day, right? I got it beat into my head that I have got to stop underestimating witch elves. I have got to stop doing that. It's killing me. It's absolutely killing me. But yeah, a great game. I was really happy with the way everything in 23 armor saves. I mean, granted they were 2 ups, but 23 armor saves. That is something I will never forget. That is something I will never allow you to forget. So there. But by Zinch, do I love killing elves. There's just something deep down in my core that is truly satisfied by doing such a thing. But it was a great game. This is one of my favorite opponents to play. Many demons got their wings today, and I cannot wait for the rematch. But that's going to wrap it up for this battle report, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Probably not as much as I did. I take kind of a weird, perverse enjoyment out of this. But hey, it's me, so I get to do that. But yeah, that'll do it for Battle Report number 42. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to throw them down in the comments section. I pretty much reply to all of them. And if I don't reply to you, well, I probably just missed it. Throw another one on there and be like, hey, stupid, I said something. Where are you? So, yeah. But, yeah, thanks.